People's Democratic Party, the PDP, is currently navigating turbulent waters as several high-profile governors defect to rival parties, leading to significant fractures within its ranks. The mass exodus has raised serious concerns about the future of the party as it prepares for the 2027 general elections. Sowunmi, a former governorship aspirant in Ogun State, has been a vocal critic of the party's internal struggles and the leadership challenges that have contributed to the current state of disarray. Today he joins us to discuss the dynamics of the PDP's ongoing crisis, the implications for party unity, and what lies ahead for the party in the lead up to the next election cycle. Good afternoon and welcome to Newsday.
It's nice to see you, Tim. It's nice to see you at this show. How are you guys doing?
Very, very fine. Now, so let's jump straight into it. The former governor of Delta State, Okowa, who was also the vice presidential candidate in 2023 elections, has left the PDP, as well as the current governor of the Delta State, Oberewori, and the structure within the state. But beyond that, there are whispers that other governors are expected to leave the PDP in the coming days. Who do you believe will be the next governor to leave the PDP, and do you think the PDP can survive this crisis?
Thank you very much for having us. I would be pretending if I said it's not a serious event and it does not give room for a lot of concern. It does. But at the heart of this misbehavior is the depravity of the human soul. I think we will hope that over time, the Nigerian will evolve and become disciplined to understand that when you use the platform of a party to beg for primary ticket and we give it to you, and thousands of party members work very hard competing against your rivals and get you, elected if you are lucky, and then you are running on the stable of a government that is funded or promoted by a political party. You were not an independent candidate. If you get up one day and call your friends and take all of them and say you are going to your rivals, the ones who didn't give you the stood by you to win, where we gave you the vice presidential slot of the party. If you want to go, we can't stop you. The Constitution guarantees the right of, people's movement. So we'll just say, adios amigos. If our paths will cross again, we'll be happy to have it see. And let us hope that you find it easy where you are going. But I like to admonish them and predict. You are leaving a party where you are like leaders and you are so respected and your voices count. And even when you are not pulling your weight, we still tolerate you. You are taking yourself into an environment where it's like a garrison. You could run a... I'm yet to find one. I'm yet to find one in this immediate season that I've not been regretting, and I can give you a list of names. The ones that have left before now, okay, like the Senate President and co, they may be having it easy there. So as for the PDP, I always tell my people, the duty of a political party is constantly to be reforming itself. Reforming organizations, country, and democracy and the attitude of people is dynamic. People say they are running away from EFCC. The question you will ask is, should we be a nation without consequence? That we gave you our ticket to go and be governor. Did we send you there to go and steal or do things that will require you to be running away from EFCC? Okay, people say, oh, will the PDP be able to contest or will you be able to win? Let me just shock APC and Mr. President. You are about now trying to flip the country in such a manner that the areas where PDP used to be strong when they were losing are the places where you desire to be so strong. And the places where PDP used to be weak, when you were winning, are the places where we will be strong. Politics will produce for us the opportunity to look at the space very well, and we will find a pathway to bring the conversation to you. Our interest and our plea is that now that the die is cast, let demand a free, fair, and transparent, credible election and let the Nigerian electorate go and decide. The last time I checked, about 2.9 million PVCs are collected in Delta, and the suffrage of those votes does not belong to Okowa, certainly not, and it cannot belong to the governor and his team. We will see how it will go in the end. They couldn't even deliver the place for PDP even when they were there. Peter Obi and the labor movement beat them silly. Are those the ones who are going to be losing sleep because they are leaving? Look, it's a free joining a free choice organization. It is the duty and the responsibility of the political party to settle down now and tidy up his house, stop fighting among themselves. Whoever is angry, apologize to yourself, and let us go and save the oldest political party in this republic. But if anybody thinks that somebody is sitting in the villa and Nigeria is going to be a one-party state or 2027 is a walkover, they delude themselves very much.
No, very well said. In the meantime, I'm wondering how the PDP will address the internal crisis in states like Edo and Bayelsa, and what steps would be taken to prevent further defections from the party.
I think that for the people who are, to whom, with anybody that is willing to misbehave, they don't even need anybody to stimulate them to that misbehavior. Because if anybody is uncomfortable in the party, it cannot be governors who are like supposed the top boys in the party. If anybody is uncomfortable in a party, it cannot be someone that has been everything, including a governor, including a presidential candidate. People that are the rank and file of our party are the ones that are supposed to be nervous, maybe because of their own feeding, maybe because of their own fear of the future, not these guys. And we should all come together as Nigerians and tell them that this culture of behavior is not correct. When your parties have issues, you are meant to stay in your party and fix the issues. You cannot come in one day and be pretending as if we now need to beg you to stay in the party after you begged us for our ticket. But I can guarantee you, the party will become stronger, we'll fix ourselves from the inside, we'll ensure that the mistakes we have made, allowing people that have no character, no sense of integrity, no capacity to stand like men on the day of battle, will no longer be the ones who send on errand. I want to flip you to 2015 and even 2019. We lost an election in this country in 2015. Our president, of course, was dealing with post-election issues. Who was that person that rallied us? In the build-up to 2019, who rallied the party structure? You know, this is a country where people are just hypocrites, and they like to take medals that they've not earned or they've not deserved. But I can guarantee them, as they have lost the last time, that which they fear is still going to be the reason why they are going to lose again. And as for those of them in the APC, especially the president and his handlers, who think that suddenly a country of almost 220 million people can all be accommodated in one party, it is a reflection of the way they delude themselves. We are not yet here. The election is not here. When the election comes to the table, we will then go and do the best we can. Whatever it is they can produce, we will produce times 2. And if they think that there's any imaginary federal might that can stop anybody, they should first remind themselves that Jonathan was sitting on that same seat and that federal might could not prevent him from losing to Buhari. All that will be required is to amalgamate the energy of Nigerians, to amalgamate the anger of Nigerians, to amalgamate the frustration of Nigeria, to beg our people in the country, stop seeing yourself as north, south, west, east, and all of that. No, let's not just see ourselves as Nigerians, those that are for the good and the progress of the country, and those that are part of the people that insist that our life will be difficult.
Definitely.
And when we have the opportunity of democracy, we will use that democracy to show them that the people will always count in a democracy.
Yeah.
That's why we struggled for this democracy. That's why we're in this democracy, and that is what they are going to have a taste of.
Yes, now Mr. Sowunmi, I'm going to borrow your own words here. You said that Peter Obi beat them silly. You were talking about the Atiku Okowa ticket, of course, in the presidential elections in 2023. But you have also called for
in Delta
State. Yes, you said he beat them silly in Delta State. Now, but you've called for Peter Obi to rejoin the PDP, leaving the Labour Party. Do you believe that PDP, with losing so many members, is a safe place for Peter Obi to come back to? And why would he do that, considering that in certain states, as you have said, he beat them silly?
Well, thank you very much for that brilliant question. You have to first of all understand that Peter is our gift to the national play. Before he came to our party, he used to play only in a small party called ABGA. Then we brought him and made him special advisor or some kind of advisor to Jonathan, which was his first foray into the national play. Then we gave him a big board of vice presidential candidate in 2019 with Atiku. That was what launched him into the big national space. Now that he has gone to try to be president, we can all recognize and say, okay, we see the numbers. It is up to him to do whatever he can. If we did not give Peter that chance, how would we have known that Peter can do this? Do you know how many other people in Nigeria are waiting to be given a chance to prove themselves? When we tell him to come back home, we tell him to come back home because there's a time when you must coalesce all the energies. You cannot go into an arrangement that is splintered. And you know for a fact that beyond political party that is entrenched, that does not need new introduction, and that is the PDP. Even tomorrow, if I were the chairman of the party, like I've been asking them to let me come and fix this party for all of us and for the upcoming generation, what I will order to every state in Nigeria under PDP is that they should go and do a show of force meeting next week and let them bring out our followers so that they will know that one governor is leaving does not mean that all our followers have gone. And as for Delta, we will calmly look at the situation. We will set up a caretaker committee. We will rebuild again. Because you know who we are? We are PDP. And our power and authentication comes from the people. That's why our motto is PDP, power to the people. And we will show it to them once again.
Well, I really like your optimistic tone. But I'm wondering what role you see Atiku Abubakar, your 2023 PDP presidential candidate, playing in shaping the PDP's future direction.
These are tough times, even for him. They are tough times for him because there are many decisions he has to make and there are many considerations he has to make. I am like a son to him. And let me use through you to tell everybody that is just talking nonsense that, oh, Segun is not with Atiku, Segun is betraying Atiku, Segun has dumped Atiku. Atiku is someone that is like my flesh and blood. I have not betrayed him. I'm not interested in betraying him. That's not the issue. We have a slight ideological difference between me and him, father and son. And I'm too old not to be able to say my mind. And my ideological difference with him is very simple. Sir, you were given presidential ticket of PDP twice. You were made vice president of PDP twice. Come what may, whatever come back together, amalgamation that you are doing, it has to be done in the PDP. Because if you use your clout and your gravitas to bring people to PDP, never mind, we'll find a way to make sure that the party ticket we'll put on the table for the presidential ticket will be fit for purpose, will be strong, will have the ability to challenge. We're not going to put a coward in front to go and face the kind of machine of the Bola Tinubu. No, we will not do that. But I do not agree that you are going to empty a big party into some small organization when I have gone round and I know that most of the people that are saying they want to be in that coalition, most of them don't even agree with you. They may be pretending. I know what they say behind because I've gone round. I am your most loyal foot soldier. You don't have another that's as loyal as me. Do not deceive yourself. But even beyond that, I also know that you cannot say, you can't wish away the PDP. Shall a leader desert his house just because there's crisis there, especially one that has favored him one time many? So it's, I mean, individuals can make up their mind. I'm even a Yoruba person. Why am I not getting up tomorrow morning and say, okay, let me embrace you? It's not my senior brother or my father, if you like. But I understand that you have to have principle. You have to have discipline. You have to struggle. You have to suffer. You have to learn the discipline and the diligence of working very hard to ensure that the country can at least appear like they are being led by
Mr.
human
Sowunmi,
beings, not
can I
charlatans who
interject
hop about
here?
like monkeys.
Mr. Sowunmi, can I interject here? I want to reiterate a question I asked earlier, because you said that the PDP should not be too worried about losing one current governor. However, there have been incessant rumors that more governors are mulling leaving the PDP. Who do you expect to leave next? And do you think that this can be stopped?
You see, anybody that is a governor, Sowunmi, I have to mention, stood in the gap. When he's reading budgets, he's lampooning them, he's fighting, he's jumping, he's funding, he's dancing, he's doing everything to keep us afloat until we became afloat. It is he's not an angel, but where are the others? Even if one person goes, it is leadership that is the issue. If they cannot provide leadership and stand up like men, they should yield the space for us. And then we'll take the fight to them. We'll carry the baton to the international community. We'll carry it to the back end of the international community. We'll take it to every known organization. Be the clean one, the good one, the gray one, the bad one, the red one, the yellow one. And we'll insist that democracy will count in Nigeria. But you can't do that if you're a weak. So whoever wants to go, I would just advise them, the grass is not always greener on the other side. In PDP, when we do primaries, you can contest. Where you are going to, remind yourself of Edo, a highly placed personality like Adazo Shomole and go did the primaries. Somebody came up there and some other fellow came the next day and said, go and do another one. Can these people who are used to freedom survive in an environment where it is garrison, where one man will talk and everybody will start to fret? We are not slaves. We're used to freedom. We're used to decent engagement. We're used to democracy, and we'll continue to push at it. If they win for 3 elections, PDP followers worldwide, remember that you have won 4 before. And as at the time you were on your 3rd election, things were not looking so bad. They are just on their not even 2nd year of the 2nd term of passing baton. The whole country is already up in flames against them. Are you the ones now that will be afraid of them? You can boastfully say, we left a better economy for them. The GDP of the country was better under us. The entire economic size of the Nigerian economy was number 1 in Africa. We are number 4 under them. So tell me, these proboscis looking jokers of Delta, what is their real excuse apart from cowardice? They are just a bunch of cowards. If you have committed a crime, you should be able to do the time. And if you cannot do the time, tell us you are leaving because you are afraid of EFCC. Did we send you there to go and steal?
Well, sir, they are making allegations here, I'm assuming, against the former governor of Delta State, Okowa.
He already is in AFCC now. The AFCC is already inviting him. Do you think there will be smoke without fire? What is chasing him? What is chasing him?
Mr.
If you have been vice presidential candidate, what is your need?
Mr. Sowunmi, I'd like us, to be very careful in our conversation. But then let's move forward. You sound very optimistic that if given a chance, you can actually help in rebuilding the PDP. But then I'm wondering if we can do a little bit of soul searching. How did a vibrant party like the PDP get to this point? And what lessons can be learnt going forward and should be corrected, either maybe as a single political party or as part of a coalition?
There are 18 registered political parties in Nigeria. And we have had presidents before now. We have had Obasanjo, we have had Yar'Adua, the perfect democratic gentleman. We have had Jonathan, we have had Buhari. Even under Buhari, it was not like this. The only time where we are now inching towards a manipulative state capture by people who we know have a track record of thinking that it has to be them, their family, they have the office of first son, office of first daughter. It's up to the Nigerians, really. We don't have to do anything other than the one we're doing. We're running democracy. We're fighting in ourselves because it's supposed to be so. If people have an issue, they can bring it up. We go to court and have a conversation. We'll continue to improve, and then we'll see how it goes. All our primaries, even post-2023, all of them have been very clean. We had a clean primaries in Bayelsa. We had a clean one in Ondo. We had a clean one even in Kogi. We had a clean one in Imo, and I can guarantee you we'll have cleaner ones too. By the time we get to the presidential primaries, men of stature that can also lead the country, they are all over the world. Nigerians is not in drought of quality material. We will not be afraid of them. All that we need to do is repair it on the inside, stabilize ourselves, put in some discipline, rewrite the rule and the playbook of how to engage, whether you are in opposition or you are in government. But to imagine that any living Nigerian is happy that our beloved country is beginning to look like this doesn't make sense. If democracy fails, systems of people like Babangida, are they the ones that will tolerate a dictatorship in a civilian regime? Don't you know Nigerians? They're too quarrelsome, they're too argumentative, they're too energetic, they're always protesting. You need the political parties to be vibrant so you can have people stay there and manage conversations of the country. You can't be interested in a nation where every day somebody's just... If I were the president, and if he was a Democrat, what is salt? He ought to have told them, no, not in this country. You all cannot just come in one day and tell me that you are uprooting all the structure of your work or your party in the state and bringing it to mine. For what? But hey, when you are running a country of gangster, according to Pastor Tunde Bakari, they will begin to act like mafia.
Oh, Mr. Segun Sowunmi is a former Ogun State PDP governorship aspirant.
This nation is bigger than them, and we will find it and test it at the poll.
Oh, very well said, Mr. Segun Sowunmi, former Ogun State PDP governorship aspirant. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday. It's been a very interesting conversation with you.